Morning, welcome to the Egg Lab. Today we're having a look at this Nintendo DS. So this is an original Nintendo DS, the Mark 1, which is sometimes referred to as the fat model. It's actually, for me, really unusual. I think the first one I ever had was a slim version, and this is yeah, very different. But yeah, the case is in a pretty terrible state. Well, it's just been well loved, obviously well used, and the screen and hinges smashed. So yeah, let's see what we've got. Okay, so it doesn't power on, but you know, God knows the last time it was actually switched on. So we're going to plug it in and see if we can give it a charge. And that felt really tight, so I suspect that's had some hammer as well. But we can see it's not drawing any ampage. So I would suggest that is not charging. Try and power it on now. Yeah, just nothing. First thing, I think, let's take a look at the battery before we do anything. It's got to come out anyway. Ooh, that doesn't look great. That is swollen. That might explain the problem. Grossly swollen. I'd say this battery is definitely no good. I'm going to have a quick check in the spare bin to see if we've got a spare anywhere. Why do I do this? Okay, so I don't appear to have a spare. I could have sworn I did. So I'm going to get one ordered, and then we'll give it another test when that arrives. So it's been a couple of weeks and I've had delivery now of a new battery. So that last one was definitely no good. So let's open this up, stick the new one in, and see if that one will take charge. Get these tiny screwdrivers all the time. I just end up with piles of them because I can't throw anything away. We've got a light on, which tells me that it is charging and it's drawing ampage. And I give it a few minutes to have a little bit of a charge, and then I'll try and boot it up and see how far we get. Alright, let's give it a test. Okay, so it's not recognising that DS cart. Okay, looks like we're going to have to open her up and see what's making her tick, or not. But at least the battery's working now, so that's something. Let's get her open, see what else is going on in there. Well, that wasn't ideal. I broke the case, but this case is knackered anyway. I can't see anything obviously wrong. Ah, just found it. Yes, look at that. So, it works. Just a bit of a cleanup of the cartridge slot was all it needed. This case is just completely worn out. It's had some hammer. So, a couple of things to do there. I've picked up a replacement touchscreen matrix for the bottom screen, just to replace this one, which is scratched and filthy because it's clearly had a lot of use. And then also I've picked up a replacement case, so hopefully by the time we're done this will look like new. So I'm going to continue to break it down. It gets a bit tricky breaking these down. The bottom half is fine, but the top half, the ribbon cable has to be curled and then fed through the hinge, and that can get a bit tricky. So I'm going to leave that bit till last. I'm going to separate the two, get the bottom half broken down and the matrix replaced, and then we'll take a look at the top half and get it all into the new case. This case is so brittle, it literally the slightest touch and it just falls apart. So it's definitely due I mean, I could feel it cracking, but that was literally no pressure whatsoever. It just comes apart in your hand. Again, look, the plastic's just literally falling apart. Now, this is the tricky bit, is getting this ribbon out. Look, in the interest of making sure I don't ruin this ribbon cable, and bearing in mind that this case is literally falling apart in my hands, I'm gonna break this out of here, I think. Yeah, there we go. I mean, this stuff isn't even that old and it's so brittle. So that's that replaced. So now all we've got to do is put it back together in the new case. metal plastics. Cut my bloody finger. That's my dad's old trick. Because I don't want to get blood all over anything. This is Aerospace 303 protectant, which will just protect the plastic from UVs and grotty fingers and everything else that gets thrown at these things. Alright, so there it is, the finished product. I wanted to keep this one as original as possible. I mean, the previous case was literally, it was falling apart in your hands, and it was really worn and knackered. So to give it this fresh case, really I think looks great. It wasn't working as well because the battery was absolutely kaput. It was, when I took it out, it was swollen. So yeah, new battery in there, so that should last a good while longer now. And I don't know, it just looks great. Look at this. I'm really pleased with that. Obviously it's had a new screen. Not the screen itself, the screen is the original one, but the touchscreen sensor. I'm not sure what the word is for it now. So that's brand new, and that seems to be working a treat. Okay, so let's give it a try. Stick Professor Layton in there again. Let's fire her up. Both speakers seem working, that's good. And there it is, Professor Layton. Happy days. Yeah, really pleased with that. So, really simple. This will be a short one. Really simple. Just giving it a new lease of life. The thing, I'm going to turn this music off. The thing worked anyway, but yeah, needed a new battery, needed a new case, needed a new touchscreen. And now, yeah, it's great. I mean, I never had one of these original DS Fats. I always had a light, but I don't know, there's something about the chunkiness of them, the way the buttons feel. It's just, yeah, it's a nice size console. I like it. So yeah, there you go, Nintendo DS. Thanks for watching the Egg Lab.